Hi everyone, welcome to our 26 and 2 60-minute yoga class. If you're ever feeling tired, fatigued in this class at any time, it is not a sign of weakness just to take a knee or just lie down on your back into Savasana. Okay, so let's start with pranayama deep breathing, starting with our heels and toes together. Have your palms face out, shoulders are relaxed down and back away from the ear, standing nice and tall. Slightly shift the weight in the heels, pull up on your thigh muscles, and firm the quads. Slightly send the navel in and up. And then just take a few moments here just to close the eyes, bringing full awareness to your breath. Take a full inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out the nose. Take another full inhale. Slow exhale. When you're ready, slowly open the eyes. Going into pranayama deep breathing. Interlace the fingers down to the webbing. Bring the knuckles underneath the chin. Slightly send the chest forward, shoulder blades down and back. And begin. As you inhale, raise the elbows up towards the ceiling. Slightly sending the navel in and up towards the crown of the head. Exhale, drop the head back. H a ha sound. Mouth open wide, eyes open wide, forearms touch, elbows touch, squeeze them together. Inhale, breathing through the nose. Firm the glutes, firm the quads, use your legs to grow taller in the torso. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathing, raising the elbows up towards the ceiling. Keeping the shoulder blades relaxed away from the ears as you press the knuckles against the chin and the chin against the knuckles simultaneously. Exhale, drop the head back. Mouth open wide, eyes open wide, forearms touch, elbows touch, squeeze them together. Inhale. Keep the legs strong and straight. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Inhale. Fueling the body with new oxygen, new energy, new nutrients. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Inhale. Tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system, preparing our body for class. Hold it at the top. Weight in the heels. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Second to last one, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, breathing. Think of sending your inhales to the back of the throat. Keep the weight in the heels. Firm the quads. Firm the glutes. Hold it at the top. Exhale. And release the arms down. Going into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, or Padahastasana, hands to feet pose. Heels and toes together. Pull up on the thigh muscles, firm the glutes. Inhale the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, glue the wrists together. Try to bring your biceps in line with the ears, chin is away from the chest. Take an inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale up and over to the right. Bump the hips over to the left. Inhale up to center. Exhale over to the left. Bump the hips over to the right. And do a few of these on your own, linking your breath with movement. Warming up our spine. Preparing our body for these postures. In 3, 2, 1. Come stop in the center. Chin is parallel to the floor. Weight is in the heels. Slightly send the navel in and up. Take an inhale, stretch up, reach up, lift up. Exhale up and over to the right as you bump the hips over to the left and breathe. Staying fully connected to the breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So we're building strength in the shoulders. We're lengthening the spine. We're strengthening the lower back. We're keeping the lower limbs engaged as we tone the quads and the glutes. So you should feel this beautiful stretch over to the left side of the body. And if it feels more so of a pain sensation, maybe back off on the posture. Go where it feels tolerable as you breathe. Notice if the shoulders are shrugged, relax the shoulders down and back away from the ears. And with every exhale, using your right arm to gently pull the left arm up and over to the right side of the room. As you invite the left hip over the left ankle. With every exhale, keep creating space for 3. Find space for 2. For 1, inhale up to center. Exhale up and over to the left as you bump the hips over to the right. Breathe. So not only are we focusing on external muscle, but internally we're stretching over towards the right kidneys and detoxifying the left kidneys. Make sure you're engaging the lower abdominal, so send the navel in and up, keeping the chin away from the chest. Having the biceps hug the side of the head. With every exhale, keep creating space. Think of bringing your wrists closer together, your forearms closer together. Taking a full inhale, expanding the right rib cage. And with every exhale, using that left arm to pull the right arm up and over to the left side of the room for 3. Find space for 2. For 1, inhale up to center. Stay here for the exhale. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the profile view. Going into our first back bend. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, drop the head back, open up the throat. Bring your hips forward and your thighs forward. Lift the chest up and start to bring your arms back to where your ears are. As you look back, breathe back. Start to follow your index fingers to the back of the room. Imagine you can see where the floor and the wall meet. As you look back and you breathe back, keep lifting your chest up to the sky. Let the arms get nice and heavy. Look back, breathe back for 3. Look back, breathe back for 2. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, bend the knees, coming into Padahastasana. Keeping the arms up over the head. Once the index fingers touch the mat, then you can separate the hands and wiggle out the hips right to left. Maybe come up on the toes, stretch out the feet. Maybe gently press your hands into the mat, stretching out the hands, the wrist. So we start off with some lateral movement. Then we go into a slight back bend and we go into this forward fold, just bringing back full range of motion in the spine. From here, bend your knees, get your stomach on your thighs and your chest completely on the knees. Do not lose this attachment. And reach around. Scoop up the heels with the palm of the hands. Try to have all your fingers face the same direction as your toes. To modify this posture, you can either grab a hold of the side of the feet or you can grab a hold of your ankles. So make sure your fingers are facing the same direction as your toes if you're grabbing underneath the heels. And bend the knees again to wrap the elbows nice and tight around your calf muscles. Slightly shift the weight in the balls of the feet. Let the head relax. Maybe bring your forehead to meet your shins, or better yet, try to look up at your belly button. Inhale, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, use your biceps to pull the torso down. So don't think so much about straightening out the knees. Just think of lifting your tailbone up to the sky.
Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull the torso down using your biceps. Make sure you're not scrunching the shoulders, so shoulders are down and back away from the ears. Imagine the crown of the head can touch the top of the feet. Let your inhales guide you and your exhales creating space. So don't force the posture, but let your breath create the space. Inhale, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, pull the torso down. Creating space in the lower back. Creating space in the hamstrings. Creating space in the back of the knees. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull the torso down for 3. Find space for 2. For 1. Slowly come out the way you came in. Bring the arms up over the head. Use your core. Use your hips. Exhale the arms down. And find stillness. Going into Utkatasana, awkward series. Go ahead, take a 6-inch step towards the right. You can bring 2 fists right in between your feet to find the exact measurement for your body. So your feet should be hip width distance apart. Bring your arms straight out in front of you. Firm your forearms, your biceps, your triceps. Relax your shoulder blades away from the ears. Slightly send the navel in and up. And sit down, butt out, chest up. Come into your imaginary chair. Not your bar stool, so sit down deep, deep, deep. Till one day we have our knees and our hips in one alignment. So we're strengthening the lower back. We're toning the lower limbs. Keeping the weight in the heels. Soften the shoulder blades away from the ears. Take the stomach away from the thighs. Engage in the lower abdominals. Keep reaching forward and start to peel your chest up like you're trying to bring your back against a chair. Sit down a little bit deeper. Imagine somebody's pulling you by the back of your pants as you lift the chest. And change. Come up. Keep the feet and arms where they're at. Come all the way up on towards your toes. Straighten out your knees. Building strength in the toes and in the ankles. Keep your heels this high and start to sink your hips down without bringing your heels down. Imagine the crown of the head is reaching up to the sky. So you keep bringing your heels high. Coming up to the balls of the feet. Arms are strong and straight. Keep sinking the hips down as you lift the heels high. Breathe. Slightly lift the chest up. And change. Inhale, push the floor away from you. Exhale, bring the heels down. Squeeze the knees together. Slightly shift the weight in the toes. And slowly start to come down. Conscious movement. Eventually having your tailbone hover an inch or 2 above the heels. If this is too much, you can just kind of rest your tailbone on your heels, or you can bring your hands out in front of you to modify, to find your balance. But eventually we have our arms straight out in front of us, and you come up off the heels a couple of inches. Shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed. Squeezing the inner thighs together, slightly send the navel in and up. So we're using the core. Face is relaxed, breath is calm. Take a full inhale, full exhale. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, push the floor away. Keep the knees squished together until you come all the way back up. Feet together, arms down. Inhale, exhale. Going into Gardurasana, eagle pose. Heels and toes together. Inhale the arms up overhead with energy. Exhale, swing the right arm underneath the left arm. So if you can't grab a hold of the palms, it's perfectly fine. Try to grab a hold of your thumbs. If you can't grab a hold of your thumbs, just simply grab a hold of your shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Lift the chest up. And then sit down, butt out, chest up. Shift the weight in the left leg. Pick up the right foot, wrap it, coil it, squeeze it around the left. So we're trying to get our ankles, knees, and elbows in one alignment. If you can't get your right leg totally around your left calf muscle, it's perfectly fine. Just point your right toes down towards your left ankle. Nice. Sit down deeper. Keep the weight in the heel. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears as you lift the upper body up. Squeezing the thighs together. And change. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, swing the left arm underneath the right arm. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears, slightly send the navel in. Sit down, chest up. Shift the weight in the right leg, pick up the left, wrap it, coil it, squeeze it around the right. And if you fall off this posture, it's perfectly fine. Just get back in it, no judgment. So this posture is really great for the males as we work on the prostate glands, for the women, the reproductive system, as we work on all 14 major joints of the body, trying to get our ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and elbows in one alignment. As we sit down deeper, squeezing the thighs together, lift the upper body up. Change. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the arms down. Find stillness. I'm going to turn to the side for Dandayamana, Janusharasana, standing forehead to knee. Heels and toes together. Shift the weight in the left leg, activate the left quad, and pick up the right foot. Flex the right toes towards the face. To modify this posture, you can stay right here. The most important part of this posture is your standing leg. So keep the attention to the standing leg. So activating the left quad. So pull up on the thigh muscle, flexing the kneecap up towards the hip. Right leg is at a 90-degree angle, and breathe. If you want to go into the full variation, send the navel in, round over, interlock the fingers underneath the toes. And breathe. You can be right here. Keeping the attention to the standing leg, keep activating the left quad. Left leg is strong and stable. Once the left leg is strong and straight and is rooted down into the mat, go ahead, kick the right heel forward. Flexing the right toes towards the face, you have 2 straight legs, 2 straight arms, 1 straight back. Eventually one day bringing the elbows down to break the planes of the calf muscle. Maybe bring the chin to chest. Maybe the forehead meets the knee. Hold, breathe, stabilize, and release. Slowly come out the way you came in. Shift the weight in the right leg. Firm the right quad. Pick up the left foot. Again, left leg is at a 90-degree angle. We want the knee in line with the hip, keeping the attention to the standing leg. So pull up on the right quad. Right leg is strong and straight. Again, we're focusing on stabilization, strengthening the foot, ankle, knee, and hip, so you can stay right here to modify this posture. If you're ready to go into the other variation, send the navel in, round over, interlock the fingers underneath the toes. And breathe. So we round over as our torso is parallel to the mat. Slightly sending your navel in, engaging the lower abdominals. Again, if the right leg is wobbling, shaking, or bent, stay here. Don't let ego kick out the leg. So keep staying here until you have a strong foundation in the right leg. Once the right leg is strong and straight, go ahead, kick the left heel forward. Flex the left toes towards the face. 2 straight legs, 2 straight arms, 1 straight back. Eventually bringing the elbows down to break the planes of the calf muscle. Maybe the chin to the chest. Maybe the forehead meets the knee. Hold, Breathe. Stabilize. And release. Feet together. Arms down. Let go. Find stillness. Going into Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, standing pulling bow. Bring your right elbow at your waist. Have your palm face up. Bring down the right hand. Pick up the right foot from the inside where shoelaces would be. Bring your knees together to start. Inhale the left arm up. Strong and straight with energy. Chin is away from the chest. Try to keep the left hand, or rather the left arm, in line with the ear. And follow your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, kick into the hand and lift the right leg up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, kick back and kick up. So we're opening up the shoulders. We're opening up the hip. Left leg is strong and straight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, kick back and kick up. Try to keep the right hip down. So you reach up, kick back and kick up. Eventually, the right heel comes up to the top of the head, bringing the chin to the left shoulder. Eventually bringing the torso parallel to the mat. Keep reaching up, kick back and kick up. Reach up, kick back and kick up. And release. Slowly come out the way you came in. Inhale and exhale. Left elbow at the waist, palm faces up. Bring down the left hand. Pick up the left foot from the inside. Bring the knees together to start. Inhale the right arm up, strong and straight with energy. Chin away from the chest. Right leg strong and straight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, kick back and kick up. So we're building elasticity into our lungs as we open up the shoulders. Working on the left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain as we reach up, kick back and kick up. Follow your breath. It's not how fast we get into the posture, but it's how efficient. As you reach up, kick back and kick up. Eventually having your torso parallel to the mat, bringing your chin to the right shoulder. Reach, kick back and kick up. Reach, kick back and kick up. And release. Slowly come out the way you came in, feet together. Take a full inhale, a full exhale. Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. Come walk down to the bottom of your mat. Heels and toes together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, glue the wrists together. Chin away from the chest. Take a big step with the right foot forward. Point the left toes to the back and start to bring your torso down parallel towards the mat, like an ironing board. Chin is away from the chest. Body down, arms up. Keep that left hip down to meet the right. Keep reaching forward, keep reaching back, finding length in the spine. And change. Inhale up. Feet together. Chin away from the chest. Take a big step with the left foot forward. Point the right toes to the back. And start to bring the torso down parallel to the mat. So we're bringing a lot of blood flow into the front lobe of the brain, to the front of the chest, clearing out the arteries of the heart. As you're reaching forward, reaching back, keep the right hip down, body down, arms up, body down, arms up. Change. Feet together. Exhale the arms down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Come walk up to the top of your mat. Turn to the right. Dandayamana, Bikbaktapada, Paschimottanasana. Separate hands to feet stretch. Heels and toes together. Inhale the arms up overhead with energy. Go ahead, take a big 4.5 step to the right. Arms down parallel. Shoulder blades are relaxed away from the ears. Slightly sink your toes in and your heels out. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, swan dive down. Bend the knees. Slide the hands down behind the calves. Underneath the heels. If you can't grab underneath the heels, grab the sides of the feet. If you can't grab the sides of the feet, bring your hands out in front of you. So as we come into this forward fold, we have this time to come into a slight inversion as we slow down the heart rate. So take your time. So the most important part of this posture is a straight back. So if you can grab a hold of the heels, go ahead and do so. As you grab a hold of the heels, hug the elbows nice and tight around the calves. Slightly shift the weight into the toes. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull the torso down. So we want a straight back. So we don't want a rounded spine. So make sure you send the chest forward, shoulders back. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull the torso down. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull the torso down. Keep creating space by using the breath. Take your time. Slowly come out the way you came in. Arms out to the side, chest forward, shoulders back. Feet together, arms up overhead. Exhale the arms down. Find stillness. Going into Trikonasana, triangle pose, the peak posture of the standing series. Inhale the arms up overhead with energy. Go ahead, take a big 4.5 step to the right, arms down parallel. Spin on the right foot to face the back of the mat, and then bend the right knee. Having that right leg come at a 90-degree angle. So we don't want the knee over the toe, but we want the knee in line with the ankle. So maybe widen your stance or sink into the hips. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, bringing the right hip back and the left hip forward. Make sure your arms and shoulders are facing the long edge of the mat. Turn your chin to the right shoulder. Reach forward and tick-tock the arms, bringing the elbow against the knee and the knee against the elbow to open up the thoracic spine. Finding your gaze up towards your left thumbs or bring your chin to your left shoulder. Reaching up at 12 o'clock and reaching down at 6. Try not to rest your right hand onto the mat, but use your core. So reach away from the mat. As you're reaching up and reaching down, left leg is strong and straight. Root the left pinky toe down into the mat. Relax the left shoulder blade away from the ear. Keep reaching up, keep reaching down, and change. Spin on the right foot and bring the foot at a 45-degree angle. Have the left foot turn to the top of the mat and bend the left leg. Again, leg is at a 90-degree angle. Left hip back, right hip forward. Shoulders are facing the long edge of the mat. Bring your chin to the left shoulder. Reach forward and tick-tock the arms. Bringing the knee, bringing the elbow against the knee and the knee against the elbow to open up the thoracic spine. So you're pushing the knee against the elbow and the elbow against the knee to open up the mid-back. Bringing the chin to the right shoulder, gazing up at your right thumb. Relax the right shoulder blade away from the ear. Bringing the left hip back, right hip forward. Keep pushing the knee against the elbow, elbow against the knee to open up the mid-back. Right leg is strong and straight. Root the right edge of the pinky toe down into the mat. Keep reaching up without intermission. Keep reaching down. Opening up the hips, the shoulders, bringing that full range of motion back into the neck, and change. Feet together, Arms up overhead. Exhale the arms down. Find stillness. Going into Dandayamana, Bikbaktapada with Janyu Sharasana. Separate forehead to knee. Heels and toes together. Inhale the arms up overhead with energy. Just cross the thumbs. Take a little 3.5 step to the right. Lift up on the toes and pivot on the heels to face the back of the mat. Bringing your right hip back and left hip forward. Bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round over. Gazing at your navel and bending the right knee. Getting the forehead to meet the knee. You can separate the hands to find your balance. Bringing your hands to the side of the foot. Using your fingertips to keep pushing the floor away from you as you round the spine. So we don't want the nose to knee, we don't want the eyebrows to knee, we want the forehead to meet the knee. If that left leg is slightly bent, just gently start to straighten out that left leg, rooting the left heel down into the mat. Eventually walking your hands right out in front of your right toe, bringing your hands into prayer. Root the left heel down into the mat, keeping the chin to the chest. Inhale, rise up, root to rise. Let your chin be the last to come up. Take your time. Pivot on the heels to face the long edge of the mat. Pivot on your heels again to face the top edge of the mat. Bring your chin to your chest. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round over. Getting the forehead to meet the knee. So bend that left leg as much as you need to get the forehead to knee connection. Bringing the left hip back and the right hip forward. So we're bringing a lot of blood flow into the front lobe of the brain. We're stimulating our thyroid glands, parathyroid glands, and activating our pineal gland. Root the right heel down into the mat. Eventually walk your hands right out in front of you. Keep your chin tucked to the chest. Inhale, rise up, root to rise. Let your chin be the last to come up. Take your time. Pivot on your heels to face the side of the mat, feet together. Exhale the arms down. Take an inhale and exhale. Going into Tadasana, tree stand. Starting with our heels and toes together. Shift the weight in the left leg, activate the left quad, and pick up the right foot. Holding on to it with two hands, start to bring this right heel into the left hip. There's like a little pocket for the heel. You're going to undercup the foot with the left hand, and you're going to start to bring the right leg down and back, opening up the right hip flexor. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, standing nice and tall. Left leg is strong and straight. Maybe one day bring your right hand into Namaskar. If your right heel doesn't leave your left hip, maybe bring both hands into Namaskar. Shoulders are relaxed. Crown of the head is reaching up to the sky. Chest is broad. Full inhale. Exhale. And release. Bring the right leg down. Feet together. Shift the weight in the right leg. Activate your right quad. Pick up your left foot. Again, using two hands, bringing this left heel right to the right hip. Again, there's like a little pocket for the heel. Undercupping it with the right hand. Start to bring the left leg down and back, opening up the left hip flexor. Slightly engage the navel, send the navel in and up. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Crown of the head is reaching up to the sky. Maybe one day, left hand comes into Namaskar. And if the left heel doesn't leave the right hip, maybe bring both hands into Namaskar. Take a full inhale. Exhale. Right leg is strong and straight. And release. Slowly bring the left leg down, feet together. Going into Padangusthasana, toe stand. Heels and toes together. Shift the weight in the left leg, activate the left quad muscle, and pick up the right foot. Stamping the right leg just above the knee. It doesn't need to be all the way up to the hip, and kind of slide where it likes above the knee. Bringing both hands into Namaskar, hinging from the waist. As you start to begin to bend the left leg, you can bring your hands out in front of you, or you can bring your hands out to the side of you. So to modify this posture, you can stay right here as you get a nice stretch into the glutes, to the hips. If you want to go into the full expression of the posture, start to bend that left leg, eventually having that left heel meet the tailbone. Keeping your gaze down to the top of the mat. Maybe one day bring the right hand into Namaskar, and maybe the left. And change. Slowly come out the way you came in. Nice. Feet together. Arms down. Going into the other side. Shift the weight in the right leg. Activate the right quad. Pick up the left foot. Stamping the left leg just above the knee. Bringing both hands into Namaskar. Hinging at the waist. And just go in where you left off from the other side. Again, if you fall out the posture, you're perfectly fine. Just get back in it. Keeping your gaze down to the top of the mat. Maybe one day bringing the left hand into Namaskar, and maybe the right. And change. Slowly come out the way you came in. Feet together. Honor your standing practice. And come lie down into Savasana. Great standing series. Come and lie down onto your back. Have your palms face up. And let the feet flop open like the pages of a book. Slightly bring your chin down just to lengthen the back of the neck. You can either keep your eyes open or close them at this time. Taking this time just to bring full awareness to your breath. On your inhales, feel your belly rise. On the exhale, feel the belly fall. Notice any tension that you might be holding, starting with the face. Maybe relaxing the eyebrows. Maybe unclench your jawbones. Maybe even take the tongue off the roof of the mouth. As you're breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Letting go of any tension out the shoulders. Let the arms be nice and heavy. Relaxing the glutes. Let your lower limbs be heavy. Keeping yourself fully alert, but not tense. So you're breathing in and breathing out.
Letting go of all distractions, any background noises. Having more breath and less thoughts. So you're breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready, slowly open the eyes. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing some awareness back in your body. Going into Pavamuktasana, wind removing pose. Bend your right leg. Interlace the fingers right on top of the kneecap, thumbs included in the grip. Take a full inhale. Exhale, pull the right leg into the armpit away from the rib cage. Massaging our ascending colon, slightly bring the chin down to the chest. Keep the biceps hugging the side of the rib cage. And let your exhales guide you deeper. So take a full inhale. Exhale, pull the knee into the armpit away from the rib cage. And release. Bring the right leg down. Pick up the left. Interlace the fingers right on top of the kneecap. Take a full inhale. Exhale, pull the left leg into the armpit away from the rib cage, massaging our descending colon. So the chest is broad as you root the right shoulder blade down to meet the left. Hugging the biceps close to the side of the rib cage. Take another full inhale here. Exhale, pull the left leg into the armpit away from the rib cage. And release. Bring the left leg down. Pick up both legs. Wrap the arms around to either side of your elbows. If you cannot grab your elbows, grab on towards your forearms. If you can't grab your forearms, grab on towards your wrist. Or maybe just grab a hold onto the top of the knees. Keeping the back of the skull down to the mat. Slightly bring the chin down to the chest. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears as you squeeze the knees together. Working on our transverse colon, our waistband and digestive system. So we're energetically bringing the knees to the chest as we root the tailbone down to the mat. Looking between the knees, take a full inhale here. Exhale. Take another full inhale. Exhale, sending the navel to the spine. And release. Bring both legs down, arms down to the side of you, Savasana. So we're going into our first yogi sit-up. If anybody has a problem with their neck, back, or ribs, I ask if you just roll over to the side to sit up. Those of you that are ready, flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale. Exhale. Touching the toes. Turn on towards your stomach for Bhujangasana Cobra Pose. Heels and toes together. Bring the palms of the hands right up to the armpits, so the fingertips are grazing the tops of the shoulder blades. Bring the tops of the feet down on the mat and press the tops of the feet down to your kneecaps come up off the mat, just a couple of inches. Heels and toes together. Bring your chin on the mat. Relax your shoulder blades down and back away from the ears. Elbows close into the rib cage. And inhale, peel the upper body up. There's slight weight in the hands. There's not so much weight in the hands. Keeping the shoulders down and back away from the ears. Getting a nice compression into the lower back. Keep pressing the tops of the feet down to the mat. Legs are strong and straight. Keep lifting the chest up. And exhale down. Left ear on the mat, arms down to the side. Breathe. So this is our spine strengthening series. We're focusing on the lower, upper, and mid part of our spine in that order, stimulating the whole nervous system. Going into Shalabhasana, locust. Bring your chin on the mat. Flip your palms down on the mat. Then bring one arm underneath the body
Then the other arm underneath until the pinkies touch. Keeping your chin on the mat, relax the left leg and kick the right leg straight up at a 45-degree angle. Right leg is strong and straight, pointing the right toes back. Send the chin forward, reach the right leg back like somebody's trying to drag you by that right leg. And relax, bring the right leg down. Relax the right leg, kick the left leg up and back. Pointing the left toes to the back. Send the chin forward, reach the left leg back, contracting the inner left knee. Breathe. And release. Round the shoulders, get the forehead down on the mat. Maybe the fingertips touch the tops of the knees. Heels and toes together. Inhale, lift both legs up, thighs up off the mat. Legs are strong and straight. Pressing the forearms down, the chest down, the forehead down into the mat. Keep lifting the legs up, thighs up, reach up. Slowly come down. Right ear on the mat, arms down to the side. Breathe. Full locust, Purnasalavasana. Chin on the mat, arms out to the side, like a letter T. Heels and toes together. Inhale, lift the chest and arms up. Exhale, lift both legs up, thighs up off the mat. So we're rooting the pubic bone down to lift the entire body up. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Inhale, lift the chest and arms. Exhale, lift the thighs up. Reach up like you're soaring through the sky. Lift up, thighs up. Exhale, down. Left ear on the mat, arms down to the side. Breathe. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Bring your chin on the mat. Bend your knees and reach around, grab the feet from the outside where shoelaces would be. Bring your knees and heels together. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, kick into the hands and lift the legs up, pointing your toes up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, kick into the hands and lift the thighs up. Nice. Getting a nice stretch into the entire back. So you keep lifting your thighs up. Looking up with the eyes. Where the eyes go, the body will follow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, kick into the hand, lift the thighs up. Slowly come down. Right ear on the mat, arms down to the side. Breathe. When you're ready, push yourself off the mat. Bring the knees together. Bring your heels out. Sit in between your heels for fixed firm. Supta Vendrasana, healer of the knees. So if you have tight knees or tight ankles, you can keep your hands out in front of you. You can maybe bring your hands out to the side of you. If you feel a little bit more open, sit right in between the heels, sitting nice and tall. Shoulders are stacked right underneath the hips. You can stay here. This is perfect. Breathe. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. If you feel like you can go further into the posture, bring your right hand to your right foot, your left hand to your left foot. Maybe one day your forearms come down on the mat and you're perfect right here. Maybe one day, bringing the shoulder blades down on the mat, bringing the arms up overhead and grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. So we're getting a nice stretch into the tops of the knees, the quads. We're opening up the tops of the ankles, the hips. Slightly bringing your chin down to the chest. You should have a nice arch into the lower back. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Try to keep the knees together as best as you can. Wherever you're at in this posture, you are perfect. Just breathe, letting go of any tension that you might be holding. And change. Slowly come out the way you came in. If you're in the full expression, using your elbows to push yourself off the mat. And then turn around, lie down into Savasana. As we lie down into Savasana after this posture, we shoot fresh blood back into the lower limbs of the body. We're creating blood flow into the knees, the ankles, the toes. We open up the hips, we're working the body internally and externally. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Take an inhale. Sit up. Exhale. Exhale. Touch the toes. Come sit on the knees and heels into the mid part of the mat for Ardha Kumasana, half tortoise. Bring your heels to touch. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up overhead. Hands into prayer and just cross the thumbs, chin away from the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down with a lovely straight spine. Maybe one day having our forehead touch before the wrists do. One day. Reaching forward and reaching back. Trying to get our tailbone to meet our heels. So keep the forearms off the mat, the wrist off the mat. You have the razor edges of your pinkies down on the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Bringing the chin away from the chest, so the nose should be barely grazing the mat. As you're reaching forward, reaching back, breathing into the lower back. On your inhales, expanding the rib cage. Exhales, breathing into the lower back, into the hips. Having our stomach on our thighs as we massage our digestive system. Bringing blood flow into the front lobe of the brain. Keep reaching forward, keep reaching back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, reach forward and lift the chest up, arms up. Use the core. Exhale the arms down. Nice. And come lie down into Savasana. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale. Exhale. Touch the toes. Come up to the top of the mat. Standing on the knees. For Ustrasana, camel. You can bring 2 fists in between the knees to find the exact measurement for the body. So your knees are hip width distance apart. Make sure your legs are directly behind you. The toes aren't touching. Bring your hands to the back of the spine. Fingertips are facing down to the tailbone. Make sure you're not arching the back. So slightly send the tailbone down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, gently drop the head back, opening up the throat. So to modify this posture, you can stay right here. Bringing the hips forward and the thighs forward. So our hips should be in line with the knees as we lift the chest up. Trying to see the back of your mat. If it's in your practice, start to grab a hold of the heels. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. So you keep lifting the chest up. Looking back. Keep bringing your hips forward and your thighs forward. Opening up the whole front side of the body. Slowly come out the way you came in. And come lie down into Savasana. So as we lie down into Savasana after this posture,
Notice how fast and deeply the heart is beating and how slowly and deeply you're breathing. Staying fully composed. So you're breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale, exhale. Touch the toes. Sit on the knees and heels into the mid part of the mat for Sasangasana Rabbit. So we just did a great big back bend, and we're going to counter that with a forward fold. So you're going to grab a hold of the heels. Fingers are into the inside, and your thumbs are on the outside. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your chin to the chest and round over till you get the forehead to meet the knees. Once the forehead meets the knees, the crown of the head should be down on the mat. Grabbing a hold of the heels, go ahead, lift the hips up. The arms are strong and straight like a bridge. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. More of the weight is in the tops of the shins and the tops of the feet as you lift the tailbone up. Nice, getting a nice stretch into the back. Think of squeezing your thighs together so you can release the shoulders. Keep lifting the tailbone up, gazing at your navel. And slowly come up. Keeping the chin tucked to the chest, let the chin be the last to come up. Take your time. And come lie down into Savasana. So the reason we come into Savasana after every posture, we're just bringing back the blood flow to its neutral state in the body. So you breathe in and breathe out. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale. Exhale. Spin on the butt to get your feet to face the front for separate leg stretch. Left leg into the groin, right leg out at a 45-degree angle. Make sure your hips are facing the top of the mat. Set up nice and tall, arms down to the side. Inhale the arms up overhead. Turn your torso to your right leg, bring your chin to chest, round over, get the forehead to meet the knee. Bend the right knee as much as you need to get the forehead to knee connection. So if you need to bend the knee, you're fine right here. This is perfect. And eventually having a straight leg. Flex the toes towards the face as you kick the heel away from you. And notice your alignment. So start to bring your left shoulder blade down to meet the right. Energetically root the left hip down, the left knee down. And let your exhales guide you deeper. Inhale, flex the toes. Exhale, kick the heel away. Eventually bringing your elbows down to break the planes of the calf muscle. Targeting the lower back. Opening up the hamstrings, the back of the knee, the calf. As we flex the toe and kick the heel, stretching the Achilles tendon. And change. Inhale the arms up overhead. Use your core. Bring your right leg in and your left leg out. Inhale. Turn the torso to the left leg, chin to chest. Exhale down, forehead meets the knee. Interlace the fingers behind the foot. Have your thumbs included in the grip. And then bend that leg as much as you need to get the forehead to meet the knee. And then coming back to our alignment. Start to bring that right shoulder down to meet the left. Energetically root the right hip down and the right knee down. With every exhale, keep creating space as you flex the toe and kick the heel away from you. Don't force the posture. Let your breath guide you deeper. Find areas to soften in the body, soften the face. As you breathe in and breathe out.
Nice change. Bring both feet out in front of you. And then come into a quick sit-up. Come lie down, sit up. Exhale, exhale. Touching the toes. Use your 2 peace fingers and grab a hold of your big toes. You can bring your knees into the chest. So we don't want a rounded spine. So if you see my back right now, this is called kyphosis in the spine. So we want a straight back. So chest forward, shoulders back. Shoulders away from the ears. Crown of the head is reaching up to the sky. So you can stay right here. Again, we're focusing on a straight back. But if you notice that you have room for more space, you can start to flex the toes, kicking the heels away from you. So as the legs eventually become straight, you still have a straight back. So if you're here and you're trying to straighten out your legs, again, come back and bend the knees. Chest forward, shoulders back, stomach away from the thighs. If you're here, start to hinge from the waist. Shoulders are away from the ears, flexing the toes towards you, kicking your heels away from you. Maybe one day bringing your elbows down to the mat. Maybe one day forehead meets the shins or the knees. Keep sending the chest forward and the shoulders back. Take a full inhale, full exhale. Wherever you're at in this posture, do that a few times. Focus on your breath. Full inhale, exhale. Notice where you're breathing. You're breathing into the lower back. You're breathing into the lower limbs of the body. Keep creating space without intermission. Change. Slowly come up the way you came in. Turn around and lie down into Savasana. Going into our last posture, Ardha Samastrasana, spinal twist. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale, exhale. Still facing the back of the mat. Bring your left leg underneath you and your right leg over. So your left heel is going to meet your right hip. Make sure you're not favoring the left side of the body. So bring your right hip bone down to meet the left. Bring your right hand right behind you. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Cross it over to the right leg. Exhale, gentle twist. Look over the right shoulder. So you're going to use this left hand to grab a hold of the left knee. Even if you cannot grab this knee, just reach for the knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gently twist, wringing out any toxins out of the digestive system. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gentle twist. Eventually, using this right hand to grab a hold of the left hip. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gentle twist, looking over the right shoulder. And release. Unravel. Bring your right leg underneath you and your left leg over. Again, try not to favor the right side of the body. Shift the weight into the left hip as well. Bring the left hand behind you. Inhale, send the right arm up. Cross it over to the left leg. Exhale, gentle twist, looking over the left shoulder. Again, try to reach for that right knee. Even if you can't grab the knee, reach for it. Looking over the left shoulder. If it's in your practice, maybe grab a hold of the right hip. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gentle twist. One more on your own. And release. Slowly come out and come lie down into Savasana. Nice. Coming into our last breathing technique to complete class. Kapalabhati breathing. Flex the toes towards the face, arms up over the head. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale, exhale. Touching the toes. Come sit on the knees and heels into the middle of the mat. Or you can sit cross-legged, whichever feels comfortable for you at this time. Kapalabhati breathing, we're using the diaphragm of the stomach. It's more of an exhale than an inhale. Collectively, shoulders are relaxed down and back away from the ears. Take a full inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Take another inhale. And let's go. Five, four, three, two, one. Breathe. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Honor your practice in whichever way you choose. Maybe bringing your forehead down to the mat to seal your practice. Giving thanks towards yourself. And come lie down into Savasana. And coming back to your breath. Try not to think about what you have to do after this. Just stay completely present with the breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Thank you for letting me guide you into this practice. Make sure you hydrate and alkaline the body with a lot of water. Get a lot of greens and veggies in towards your system. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.